Oh. The light of the system's three suns falls onto something amber and huge to the east. It is almost like a pale orange cloud. What is that? Hello colors, my name is Teal and welcome back to In Other Waters. First of all, I owe you an apology. Haven't uploaded anything for a month, but yeah, my personal life, I've started a new job and it's been a quite busy job, to be honest. But yeah, I already have the routine settled, so now I'm ready to upload again. Anyway, last time we were exploring those little islands, and let's see what else we can discover. Let's go. Let's see here. Twisted tendrils. What dictates which pillars the tendrils stretch to and from? I'm yet to see a tendril which is only halfway formed. Alright. Hey, we got sampling. Alright, already got it. Twisted tendrils. These entwined tendrils are flat like blades of kelp and hold themselves taut between the pillar tops. Ooh, a lot to explore here. More. Let's see the island. Pillar garden. This pillar top is thick with waving petals, each one caked in tiny particles of golden pollen. Let's see. Bright pollen. What does it say here? Still waters. The green tendrils that enclose this space seem to calm the currents, creating a pool of still water. Let me check that. Green webs. Between the pillars, bright green webs of twisted tendrils extend, forming these thin pathways from garden to garden. Let's see there. Open water. The green tendrils don't seem to reach east beyond this point, preferring instead to turn back into the protected waters south of here. Alright, blue haze. Out away from the pillars, the ocean grants a sense of vertigo, fading down to unknown depths below. Ooh, scary. Barren pillar. This pillar, unlike the others, lacks a garden of its own. Have the plants been cleared, or have they simply not reached this far yet? Oh. Now it's a different place. Vast shape. The light of the system's three suns falls onto something amber and huge to the east. It is almost like a pale orange cloud. What is that? Shifting tentacle. This translucent tentacle doesn't have a fixed shape. Its individual parts instead cycle through developmental phases as they cohere. That's scary, what the hell? Floating colony. These golden yellow streams of life shift around solid objects. These creatures impossibly large. I don't even know how to start logging data on it, but I'll try. Watch out, I hope it's not aggressive. Held suspended in the water. Are these bones, rocks, or something else? Pulsing barrier. This hard barrier is webbed with pulsing nodes. To gain access we would need to slice through it somehow. Well, we got the torch. What are we looking at here? This appears to be a huge colonial life form. Is this what remains of the Site 1 facility? Let's cut it open. Alright, let's torch. Ignite. Alright, it's open. Let me read that. Floating colony. This golden colony is overwhelming. Where to even begin? Thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of zooids make up its shifting interior. Floating colony. It seems that the zooids are split into specialized functions and forms, from jellyfish-like medusoids to balloon-like bladders of gas. What the hell? Living colony. Behind the barrier, the throbbing interior of the colony is revealed, filled with throngs of zooids acting as one. Well, what a weird place. Floating colony. I've never seen a colonial creature of this scale or complexity. Can it really be one single united creature made of ever-shifting processes? Where should we go, north or south? I feel like north. Pulsing passage. The vague shape of the facility's walls is preserved by the colony. These spaces between filled with shifting swarms of life. Floating colony. The interior of this creature is like a golden bubble, the light trapped and retracted by hundreds of pearly orbs stung together. Zooid flow. Each zooid has a function with the colony. Their flow back and forth, evidence of some complex process that is impossible to parse. Oh, is that a waypoint? Floating colony. This colony breaks the surface 20 meters above. It must be floating on the surface, its body descending in layers like a living iceberg. Room fragment. A fragment of a room eaten away into some strange sculpture, hanging in the blue. It's hard to imagine what this place once was. Let's see what we can find here. Oh, it's... no way. These notes. User K. Clark. The artificers are gardeners, not colonizers. They rewrite genetic code to develop mutualism, to foster life. M. Thorfinn. That is absurd, Kevin. They are no different to us, adapting their environment so they may survive. No, they are not us. They mean they are not us like colonizers? I don't know. Wall sections. From some angles, the zooid clocked walls of the facility line up, and I can imagine the past life of this place with all its human dramas. Gas bladders. More gas bladders, holding the remains of the lab in place, like the pieces of a torn map, hinting at the history of a long-ruined structure. Oh, we got sampling. What is this? 3% animal, 40% zooid. Let's gather both of them. Well, all three of them. What do we have here? Colony bladder, a gas-filled zooid sample from a floating colony. Colony opening. The ocean stretches east from here, a blue desert beneath 3 red suns. What might lie out there beyond the range of this suit? Zooid swarms. These shoals of golden life look solid as I approach, but passing through they are little more than flurries of petals caught on the current. Oh, more. Rattis colony. I'll call this colony Rattis. It floats beautifully across the ocean like some impossible vessel. Gas bladders. This piece of the lab floats on gas-filled bladder zooids, keeping it buoyant. Some float in the open water. The perfect sample candidates. Let's sample them. Colony bladder. Alright, we already got that. Flowing currents. The hollow structure of the colony allows water to flow throughout its core, creating both bulbous corridors and open halls. Let's see. Clear passage. Why would the colony preserve the rooms of the facility as it consumes them? What bizarre processes are in action here? Oh, we've got notes here. Let's go there first. Central lab. The central laboratory is almost complete, apart from the large tree-like growths cutting through its walls. Let's see. F. Void. We can't let this continue. We never intended this. That thing they are building. I know. What? What were they building? Colony's heart. Dappled light fills the chamber, passing through its complex branching strands orbited by swarms of zooids. Let's see what the other has to say. G. Zawa. Konstantin has already left for Site 2. If the facility fails and Site 3 is breached, the oceanic mind can't be stopped. What the hell is the oceanic mind? This looks like a biologist's laboratory. It must have been the first exploratory base on the planet. They discovered the artificers. They started all of this. These were scientists, like me, employed by Baikal to study this place. How did it end like this? The minds they were building in the archaeology, the genetic research they were doing here, they were all working towards something bigger than just one lab. How could they have let this happen, these biologists? Our first contact turned into a resource grab. Scan all you can, and then let's leave this place. I'll review everything back at the base. It won't be long before the colony eats this place away, once and for all. I guess. Right, let's head south. Fractured lab, eaten away on one side. The remains of these labs are like an open set, a staging ground for the colony's process of sublimation. Let's reread one of these. H. Roth. Sam, he wants to free them. And what do the artificers want, Hannah? Has anyone asked them? What? S. Emerson. Constantine is too arrogant. Just because he discovered the artificers doesn't mean he can decide their fate. What were they doing? Budding zoids. Tiny medusoid creatures are budding from the walls here, spitting off from luminous stems to join the flow. Colonial bridges. Between the racked parts of the facility stretch looping bridges, pumping liquid back and forth from the heart of the colony. Let's see. Web structure. Beneath the translucent webs of spherical growths, half-digested walls sit suspended like an exploding room frozen in time. That's a cool image. Alright, this is where we came from. Here. Tentacle corridor. The walls are a flowing mass of tentacles. Some have broken away and are floating freely in the water. We might be able to extract them. Ooh, tentacles. Let's see. What is it? Colony tentacle. A zooid tentacle sample from a floating colony. Alright, let's sample it. That's it? Nothing else to see? Alright, we headed back to the base since we couldn't find anything new. So let's see what we can discover. Back up, I've been going over the data from the facility. I was right to assume that facility was the first base on the planet, the start of all of this. The lead biologist, Konstantin Hess, found the artificers here more than 30 years ago. But what is truly incredible is what he discovered they could do. Genetic reprogramming, rewriting RNA and DNA, both in themselves and their local environment. Some Earth cephalopods could rewrite their RNA, but nothing at this scale or detail. The artificers tended to this word, nudging its life into new arrangements. Not only that, but their exoskeletons, they were quantum computers. Silicon wafers of incredible complexity and purity, able to simulate the outcomes of their genetic rewriting. The artificers were housed in natural machines, ones that evolved here over millions of years. Their complexity far outstrips our own. We could have learned so much from them. But Baikal wanted the artificers' abilities for themselves. Something happened. Why are there no artificers left? Why the collapse of these sites? We have to visit the other site. The answers are there, I know. Pretty interesting. What happened? Alright, let's try again with the chitin plate. Pillar worm taxonomy. Yay. See the colony tentacle. Rat is colony taxonomy. Colony bladder. Rat is colony again. Let's see the shed tail. Pillar worm. Awesome. And the feather arm. Gardener. Awesome. And anything else? Maybe a shell bring something? Nope. Alright, let's see if we have any new sketches. Rati's colony. Yeah, we got the sketch of the colony. Let's see how it looks like. Damn. Oh, so it's ew. Yeah, it's kind of gross again, but it's got a lot of these small creatures floating around here. Damn, that's a weird one. Let's see the gardener. We also got the gardeners, which are the feathery ones. Let's see. Ah, not bad. Small, simple eyes. So it's got eyes and limbs. That's curious. Let's see the last one, pillar worm. We also got the sketch of the pillar worm. Let's see. Whoa, these ones are cool, man. Groove shell segments, swimming fans, oak leaf markings, feeding mandibles. Damn, that's cool. That's a cool worm. Awesome. Right, so we have yet to discover the third site, but before that, I think I want to get back here just a sec. I kinda wanted to explore this place, so let's see if we find something new here before going to the third site. Rift mouth. This long rift channels the strongest current down through the reef all the way to the nurseries of the southern reef. Strong current. The current here is both exhilarating and terrifying, like standing on a cliff top and leaning into the wind. Rift edge. Another rift separates the second and third fingers of the reef, looked over by a ragged stalk canopy that sheds particles into the flow. Ah, shit. Oh, I can now. Alright. Sheesh. That was close. Wide passage. This gap between the rocks allows passage both into and out of this exposed second finger of the reef. What can we find here? Calm canyon. Little streams of sand pipe through gaps in the rocks here, driven deep into cracks by the current to the north. What are these? Stalk scraper, right? Sheltered passage. A large boulder protects the mouth of this passage from the onrushing waters. Ragged stalks. Battered by the water, these stalks cling to the rocks. A single creature braves the current to graze on their twisted forms. What the hell? Stalk scraper, alright. Strong current. The water is funneled by the rocks into this clearing, making it hard to go against the rush. Right, I guess I need to go like this. Let's go north, let's go. What can we find here? Canopy top. Attached to the side of the shelf, this canopy is partially bent by the current. If we are careful, we can sample the growth from its top. Right, let's do that. Alright. So we got that. Stalk barrier. Beyond these thickly entwined stalks, a violent current can be heard, rushing down through a gap in the headland. Alright, so I need Shroth Axe. Let's go. Quiet clearing. This section of the shelf, sheltered by the tall headland to the north, is strangely peaceful. Rock gap. A shattered section of the wall allows passage onto the outcrop. Or worn boulders. These huge stones have been worn smooth by thousands of years of sitting beside the reef. So this side is more calm now. Rock gap. A shattered section of the wall allows passage onto the outcrop. Let's see. Rift crossing. Across the channel is a gap in the rock wall. If the strong currents rushing down the rift can be navigated, we can cross here. Let me explore first here to the south. Sandy passage. White sand has gathered against the boulders on either side of this passage in soft pale drifts. Split stalk. This tall stalk is torn open, perhaps by a predator. Inside, a rich tapestry of fungal life forms exposed to the open water are slowly dying. Damn. Let's see what we can gather. 20% fungal, huh? So we got fungal cluster, a cluster of creatures sampled from the interior of a stalk, and canopy growth, ribbed growth found entwined in stalk canopies. Right, let's go. What can we find here? What is this? Rift mouth. Here a rift meets the exposed reef edge. What caused this huge slash into the shelf? Surely not just erosion. Rift edge. The sheer walls of the rift plunge into the dark water here, and rapid currents make passing through difficult if not impossible. Alright. Let me go north first. Exposed ledge. This western shelf is buffeted by currents, bringing with them a scattering of swirling spores. First finger, the broken shelf of the reef, reaches out towards the deep like a hand. This is the first of 3 fingers which mark the edge. And we cannot go there. Right, we need a shell sack over there. Now we can go there. Does it say strong current? These stalks block the gully, but also the strong currents behind. Even if we clear them, those currents will still block out the passage. Wait a second. So we went here already. Alright. Alright, let's analyze these last findings. Fungal cluster. Sing-stalk taxonomy updated. Awesome. And the canopy growth. Table style stalk. Let's see if we find new sketches. Let's see. Only theories of the sing-stalks. And theories and sketch of the table stalk. Awesome. Whoa. Looks like a mushroom, but with vines. I don't know. Pretty. Oh, that's a canopy. Alright. That's the group of dots we see. Alright. I'll end the episode here, colors. It looks like we humans did the same error as always and explored way too much and were too ambitious. I don't know how the story will develop, but I sure hope we fail and the artificers are still alive. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of In Other Waters. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and see you next time, colors. Bye bye.